Hey people, Zard Thwomp here, and welcome to episode 36 of Ace Attorney Investigations. Last time, we basically debated a bit with Sheena, and we managed to prove Kay's innocence of killing Manny Cochran for now, at the very least. We also tried to get to Albas. We were being denied by Lang and Alba, the ambassador there. And then Poliano, he comes in with his own army of guys and basically just gets us access. So anyways, now we're just going to go around, we're going to do some talking. First, now after just checking around the room. Okay. Which one do you want me to do first? I'll do Poliano. Ambassador Poliano, I am in your debt.
No, it's nothing. Because it's about all I can do for you, I'm afraid. I only ask that you please bring Manny's killer to justice.
I will, Ambassador, on my honor.
Wow, you're so sensational! You really piqued my curiosity. I know these aren't much very known that giving them to you is wholeheartedly.
No, that's quite alright.
No, well, how about this then?
And what exactly is it?
Witch Crystal Oil Ink! It's Anthony ink! Known as Babalis ink, it's made exclusive in Babel. Better than all the other inks! Don't trust those Porkinians, especially! The ink is dirty, made by slave labor! They also spit in it! And pee in your ink as well!
So this is Babalis ink.
We make it from witch crystal oil, which is mined to our mineral mines, the best mineral mines! Basics at this ink, one dip of your rotted man needs, and you can write for hours in your organizer!
Unfortunate for me, the ink in my pen just happened to run out. I gladly accept your gracious gift.
Great! Wonderful! I guarantee you that writing with our ink is an unforgettable experience. And since we don't export it, if you run out, you're always welcome to come and visit our fan nation.
Talk about concerning cornering the customer along with the market. Okay. Dr. Francie. You've made so much progress in your investigation in such a short period of time. It's truly amazing. Agent Hicks, whose help I had requested, was cut down before he completed his task. There is no room for further failure in my perfect investigation. In spite of that, I believe you were able to obtain some insight into the ring, correct? It was nothing. I simply made some deductions based on the smuggled item I was following. You mean the Babalis ink? But why were the restrictions on the export of Babalis ink to begin with? That's classified info. But this guy, as your subordinate, I am part of your investigation now. Don't you think it would be beneficial if I was as well informed as you? Point taken. Very well, I'll fill you in. Recently, we discovered some very well-made counterfeit bills circulating in Zhangfa. Counterfeit bills? Yes, as you may have deduced, the counterfeits are being made with Babel's special Babalis ink. And it's virtually impossible to distinguish bills made with Babalis ink from real ones. Thus, it's only natural for Interpol to keep an eye on the Republic of Babil.
Don't you keep an eye on us! It's a trick by the Bulgarians! They're dirty!
That's why this document comes into play, correct? Correct! Mr. Cochran was smuggling large amounts of Babalis ink. Furthermore, he was charged with running the embassy's printing equipment. That's all the evidence I need to know that he was the head of the smuggling ring. However, there remains one tiny problem. Let me guess. You still have yet to find the counterfeit bills or the smuggled ink. Yes, and we're listing things I might as well add to the counterfeit plates to the pile. Since we haven't been able to locate any of these items in the Babalis embassy, we're looking into the Alabastian embassy next. It doesn't matter where they're hidden. Mark my words, I will find them. Well, shall we get going? What's wrong, Kate?
I didn't get permission to enter Alabast, so we're gonna go gather whatever info we can on the Babalis side, okay?
Alright, I'm counting on you too.
Right, I'm counting on you and Mr. Von Carter to send out clues in Alabast. Oh, Mr. Edwards, if you have to go over with my phony, you let me know, okay? If you count me on, Rio, straight away, no matter how you are.
I'm sorry if I'm off. I'll let you know when the time comes. March 14th, 8:17 p.m. Alabasti Embassy, Ambassador's Office. What do you think you're doing to my soul? Francisca! Why are you mad? You're whipping the Steel Samurai! You left him again! You're a monster, Francisca! You're... No!
Edgy! Oh, thank the heavens you're here!
No!
I'm in a really, really big pickle, your lordship! The raven, it appeared, poof, and then disappeared, swoosh! And though I'm the Steel Samurai, my sword, I'm so confused, I don't know what anything means anymore!
Who is this fruitcake? I think Francisca, she just repressed the memory of dealing with Larry.
I'm Larry of the House of Butts, masked man of Neo Tokyo, my lady! Hey, Franzi!
Now I remember, this person is one of your friends, isn't he, Miles? I love Francisca, she's pretty much treating Larry like a subhuman.
Yes, frighteningly enough, he is. Hey, what's up with that answer? Your best bud's not mine, and you act like it's no big deal.
What sort of bind are we talking about here?
The suspect kind! I actually became a suspect in a murder!
I see, that is quite a bind. Not that we're in the least bit surprised. Yes, I pretty much expected this news. From the instant I saw this unlucky face. His name is Larry Butts. I've known him since grade school, and for as long as I've known him, he has been the world's largest source of trouble with a capital T.
Hey, what kind of introduction is that? I can read your thoughts, you know, Edgy. You're so mean, Edgy. If you're not careful, you might find your tiny number of friends go down by one.
Oh yes, losing you would be the greatest loss of all. That was uncalled for. Besides, wait, hold on, Larry! It was you! You're the one who wrote my Steel Samurai autograph. Yeah, just cue the Rick and Morty, the evil Morty theme. You know that thing like that. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I might just do that.
Oh, you didn't notice earlier. I even winked at you through my headpiece.
What's going on? And why are you beet red? Sorry, but could you not speak to me right now? Oh, sorry. Am I interrupting your comical yet melodramatic play? Aha! So this is the incident you mentioned earlier. Mr. Broskier, this man, this childhood friend of yours, is our prime suspect. Of what, you ask? Of the murder of a man who had snuck into this embassy. Mask Star Damask II.
Master Damask II?
Only Larry could get himself into yet another mess as fine as this. But no matter what the facts seem to say, Larry's not the type to commit murder. At least not intentionally. Still, it's the rather daunting stroke of misfortune I've struck. I have to prove that Larry Butts is innocent of all wrongdoings. Shifu, we've identified the victim. Good work, I'll take that report now.
Agent Lang, would you mind if I took a peek as well?
What did I tell you earlier, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't get in my way. There's only enough flesh here to feed one wolf, and that is me. So no, you may not take a peek.
But Agent Lang!
And Bad's back. Like the competition of the rock themes. Agent Lang, will you allow an investigator such as myself to take a look? Ah, yes, of course. You. Let the detective see the file. You're Detective Bad! You're the prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth, right? Fancy meeting you here, detective. You weren't expecting me. Ever since that day 7 years ago, I've chased after the Yatagarasu non-stop. I even pressured Interpol into keeping me in the loop, in case a card was ever found.
What a incredible dedication to the case!
Detective Bad knows the Yatagarasu's MO very well. Giant space on that O. I mean, we did 2 or 3 spaces with that O. Very good, and his passion for the case hasn't died down in these 7 long years. It's something I can respect. But Detective Bad, I must ask, are you going to make an ally out of this prosecutor? My only goal is to arrest the Yatagarasu. If he can get to the bottom of this case, then I'm willing to share information with him.
I'm in your debt, Detective Bad. Detective Bad, I'm wondering if you might be able to tell me something about this.
Sorry, but I don't give a hoot about things that aren't related to the Yatagarasu. Ha! It looks like nothing about you has changed in these 7 years, huh? Daughter of Mon Karma, you're still just a sapling of a prosecutor, so... I'll have you know that I've already grown to a stately tree of a prosecutor! Is that right? See, you're toying with Franziska? You seem to be enjoying this quite well. Detective Bad, this is something you absolutely need to see. What is that doing here? I've been looking for that for 7 long years. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine this turn of events. Without a doubt, this means that she is involved. That you, woman. About the murder of Damas II, would you be willing to fill me in on a few of the details? When the Yagarasu showed up, Agent Lang and I took ourselves off guard duty and put ourselves in charge of directing things at this crime scene. Taking advantage of the chaos, Damas II, he broke into this embassy, probably to steal some treasure or another. And I suppose he lost his life when he was forced to fight someone else in this room. Why exactly was that man placed under arrest, Detective? Look at him. He's suspicious. He's shaky, he's twitchy, and he was yelling something about his ex-girlfriend. That samurai. He was born looking suspicious, but not for the reasons you suspect, I assure you. As you can plainly see, he is completely harmless. Well, it was just a random guess. It's not like he's actually under arrest. Tonight, here at the Alabastrian Embassy, Ambassador Alba was to give a commemorative speech, and that's when the Yatagarasu showed. But keep in mind, the Yatagarasu isn't who I'm talking about right now. Those seats, for the guests who had been called to sit in them, were empty. A no-show? Who was it that failed to take those seats? The Steel Samurai. Until the speech was to begin, each member of the entire Steel Samurai family was to wait in a separate room. However, for some weird reason, that man was spotted in a different location than his assigned room at that time. And where was he? He was on the roof, with one of his legs down a chimney. That chimney leads directly into this room. Larry Butt! You really outdone yourself this time! What were you thinking? In any case, I believe it's high time for me to start my investigation. Okay. Sorry, just had a bit like of an edge on my nail. You ever have that where just the edge of your fingernail gets sharp on one side, and you gotta bite it down or cut it? It's a fireplace, and by the looks of it, I don't think it's been used recently. Yes, I can say that I can't say I see anything unusual about it. Two gorgeous flowers are in full bloom here. I'm sure flowers as lovely as these must have an equally lovely name. Miles Edgeworth, are you done staring? I should hardly think passion flowers are all that rare. You think that they had a space in there? Passion flowers? That's a rather unusual name. It was named by priests in the 15th century for the Passion of Christ. As I say, you learn something new every day. Can't we look at Alba's chair? This must be Ambassador Alba's desk. His notebook is open in his desk. He must have been in the middle of some important work. Sapling growth log. It finally sprouted today. Funny, it doesn't look like important work to me. The person shaking hands with the Steel Samurai in this picture is Ambassador Alba. It was taken just before the murder. The Steel Samurai must be very popular. They're even using the National Treasure as a backdrop. I just don't understand what exactly is so great about Top Knot there. Shut your mouth, Franziska! And then Edgeworth just backhand slaps Franziska, just sends her falling to the ground. How dare you, Franziska! How dare you mock the Steel Samurai! Turn your head, Lang! Turn your head back! And then Edgeworth, he just grabs Franziska's whip and then starts strangling her with it. She's gasping for air, flailing her arms. And then Bad and Lang, they try to separate Edgeworth off, but he's just thrusting them aside. Get away from me, you heathens! I have to destroy her! Clearly there's a depth to the show that a young person like you can't fathom. Speaking of young people, aren't young children the target audience of the show of costumed actors? Okay. Larry, there are a few things I need to ask you about. Hey, about that, I've got a few things I gotta ask you too. What is it? It's like both you and him. Yes, even Larry can't say Phoenix's name. Sorry, Larry, why can't we say that guy's name? Why aren't you saying that guy's name? Well, because apparently Capcom yelled at me. They said, don't you dare say that guy's name, otherwise we're gonna lose this side series. How is it that the two of you always manage to have some cute or hot girl by your side? And Franzi, what about that promise you made to me? Promise? What promise? The one where you said you would model my next book, Franzi's Whippity Whip Trip. Yeah! I made no such promise! Ever since grade school, we've had a certain saying about Larry. When something sells, it's usually the butts. One need to look no further than this man to find the king of troublemakers. Yes! Larry, I wonder if you might know what this is. Nope, not a clue! You didn't even look at it. Nah, that's because the only thing I can see right now is for my lovely Frenzy. Oh, in that case, allow me to help you sear my form into you for all eternity. Eek! Whippity Whip Trip! Oh god, this is turning Larry on. And this is a trip I'm willing to endorse, especially if we can finally get some peace here. Oh hey, it's the Steel Samurai! I want you to answer this for me, Larry, and depending on the answer, I may let you live. The Steel Samurai that was up there on the stage. Was that really you? Yep, sure was! Da, 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 Larry! No! Steel Samurai Sushi Slice! No! I was moved by the poems of this man! This completely useless, worthless bum! I fear I may never recover from this! Miles Edgeworth chooses death! Miles Edgeworth, what are you doing? Francis Edgeworth just doesn't know. I'm sorry, Francisca, I can't go on! And then Edgeworth just jumps to the window. Alright, what do you guys think about flowers? Yes, Whippity Whip Trip. As I recall, aren't you calling yourself Loris Dusnim now? That's Dusnim! Loris Dusnim! Get that straight in your head, Edgy! Ow! 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 Now I remember, you're that rude, pale imitation of a real artist! No, you've got it all wrong! I gave up on that whole Loris business! Screw my former mentor who actually believed in me! Besides, when Banjolina left me and my heart in pieces, that's when Mindy walked into my life! She's been so good to me that I wanted to help her in some way. And I figured I could do the Steel Samurai outfit. Your inane blathering makes less and less sense each time we meet. I believe he's saying that he picked up this part-time job as the Steel Samurai so that he may attempt to capture the hearts of the actress who plays the Pink Princess. That poor woman. You got it! I mean, you know what I mean, Edgy. Not really. It's not so much as I understood, but a simple deduction based on your usual modus operandi, Larry. Larry, I'd like you to confess something right now to everything you did tonight. Confess? Hey, don't tell me you suspect me too! Nonsense, I didn't believe you have the mental acuity needed to plan and execute a murder. However, we are talking about you here, so I find it hard to believe that nothing happened. Well, past experience has taught me that you are always at the epicenter of some insane event. Edgy, how can you be so mean? Stabbing me with your words like that. 2 words, Larry! That picture! Unfortunately, I don't have the time to search out a key to unlock your heart this time. So I suggest that you cooperate and tell me what you know. Larry, Edge was even scared of mentioning the Magatama. He's like, if I mention that Magatama, he will appear! And then Phoenix holding the Magatama, just popped in the room. What the hell, Edgeworth? I was just sitting there, trying to fill up a cave spot, and all of a sudden I'm here!
Okay, I get it. Just stop friends from whipping me from behind. So I guess you know what I did, right, Edgy?
I can't even begin to imagine, however. I imagine that whatever you were up to is probably beyond my imagination. So you will tell me what exactly you did, Larry.
Nope, not yet, Edgy. It'll take more than that to loosen my lips. A lot more!
Confess, now!
Oh, well, I was up on the roof.
And why exactly were you up there?
Oh, you know, that wintry cousin, that legendary hero.
Legendary? Hero?
Santa Claus!
Santa? Claus?
I wanted to do that thing he does, so I climbed up onto the chimneys. When I got there was smoke pouring out of the chimney.
And?
Well, I couldn't go down, the chimney with smoke coming out, right? So I gave up.
Larry, you do realize that Santa Claus does not exist, right? And then Manfred comes up and then Francisca starts whipping Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth, how dare you say such a lie? But Francisca, that's true. Nonsense, Miles Edgeworth. Papa believed in Santa. I believe in Santa. He is the cornerstone of our lives, Miles Edgeworth.
Of course I know. I did graduate from junior high, you know.
Then you should also understand this. If Santa was real, he would be the biggest unlawful trespasser in history. And then and then Francisca, Miles Edgeworth, remember what Papa said. If they aren't arrested, then they are above the law. Santa's above the law, Miles.
Oh, crud!
It is your attempt to imitate Santa Claus that has landed you as a prime suspect in this matter.
Come on, man. What's so wrong with pretending to be Santa?
Let's start with the fact that he will be the Ides of March in a matter of hours. Santa only visits home on December 24th. That's in December, you nitwit.
No! Hey, wait a second. We're not in court.
Okay, we talked to Larry. The Primiduc statue. There was the exact same statue sitting in the Barbalisa office we examined. It's the Primiduc statue. It was the national treasure of the Principality of Codopia. There was only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. But both Albus and Leo claim to have the real thing. What an incredibly childish thing right to have. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Okay. There's clearly a contradiction here. Yes, I believe you're right. Clearly, it's right there in your logic. Ah! And I was mistaken. I sure looks like one, Edgy. Well, it's not. And let's not forget whose stake I'm suffering. I hope you're considering that. It was almost the exact same war match from the knives in the Bavia set. I can't see any of the details from this distance. Yeah, we have two Primiduc statues. Okay. Let's just do some more talking. The counterpart to the Barbalese butterfly is the Alabastrian flower. The butterfly and the flower, they're both lovely things, but can we interpret this to mean that Albus provides the honey to Babil? Francisca, can't you come up with a more meaningful or profound comment? Very well then, let's hear it to a profound comment you can come up with. Ahem, where flowers cannot survive without the butterflies that spread their pollen, and the butterflies cannot live without the nectar that the flowers provide. If either one were to disappear from the equation, neither would survive. How was that, Miss Von Karma? Your explanation took so long that I nearly fell asleep. Well, let's continue the investigation. Francisco, why can't you just admit that I had something there? You did some investigating over in the Barbalese Embassy 2, right? I did. Is that a problem? Langzy says a wolf who aims to hunt for two rabbits at once. I believe the idiom you require here is, he who runs after two hares will catch neither. A real wolf can catch both. I see. So what are you trying to say, seeing as how I am currently handling 2 cases? Suit yourself, but don't say I didn't warn you. So this is the victim, Damask II. What is with his gaudy outfit? You don't know about Mask Star Damask? A few months ago, this thief caused a lot of havoc on the populace. You act like Ron Delight was some master criminal, like he was some monster stomping through the streets like Godzilla. Don't ignore me! And then Ron just sends out like a hypersonic wave that shatters every window in the city. So this thief is separate from the Yatagarasu? I thought they were for a while, because their MO and targets were different. Damask likes high-value trinkets and jewels, and being gaudy is his signature. Gumshoe was in charge of that investigation, so obviously it's crap. So we'd know more about Damask. That's alright! I probably hear tales of his failure anyways! You haven't changed a bit, I see. Hey guys, let's get started here, shall we? I will arrest and inspect every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. What is he holding? It looks like a piece of paper from a notepad. It would appear the directions on how to reach this room were written by hand. This is something written on the back as well. I'd like you to steal the Primiduck statue in this room. What is that supposed to mean? Who writes a note to themselves like that? If I had to guess from the text, I would say that this is actually a request from someone about what to steal. Who is the person that requested the thief for the Primiduck statue? So this is the matter weapon in this case. There's blood on the blade. It's a rather sweeping sword, isn't it? What do you expect? It's the Steel Samurai. It's Steel Samurai Daddy's second weapon. Like, what? Steel Samurai Daddy. I only call his secondary because although he uses a sword in most of his battles, it's his trusty samurai spear that he turns to in a real fight. You sure know quite a bit about the Steel Samurai. That's only because I saw the stage show earlier. The owner of this sword is the Steel Samurai, or in other words, Larry. I should probably ask him about it, as detrimental as to proving him innocent. There's not a single shred of fashion sense in Damask. There's not a single shred of fashion sense in Damask's costume. Well, at least I can appreciate the great effort he must have put into making it. You two don't know. You can buy this costume almost anywhere now. It's being sold since when? Since around New Year's. The streets are practically flooded with them. And then Ron, he's meanwhile... Oh my gosh, how is Ron taking in the order? It's like, Ron, you're stealing my image! That are basically the companies, they're just selling them. And Ron, he's like, excuse me. And then they're just doing, excuse me. Excuse me! And then Ron, he just grabs that guy. You're gonna give me a cut right now! Jesse, beat their ass in with the shovel! Ron, I'm not gonna beat their ass in with the shovel. I will not shoot the car. Dang it, Jesse! This is our livelihood! Turns out, Damask is a lot more popular than I thought he'd be. I can't believe that foolish fool would dress in fool's clothing to act foolishly. We got to a point about 3 foolishes back, Francisca. Oh, we didn't get the drape there. I suppose this is the wrapping cloth the Mask 2 uses to carry his stolen goods. But there's nothing wrapped in it now. I guess he never did manage to get his hands on whatever he was about to steal. There's not... Okay. Okay. I thought that Damask had quite the business. This guy, he's just a copycat using the name, a phony successor. He's just another petty thief. His real identity is an out-of-work guy by the name of Kashi Nu. He's 29 and wanted on larceny charges. From his clothes and what he was carrying, we determined that this guy is the real Mask Star Damask 2. The cause of death appears to be the loss of blood from the back of his head. It seems that he was struck with something very hard. In other words, he was bludgeoned to death. Anything else? Anything else? Okay, good. Anyways, I think now's a good time to end things off. I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer. If you come back for the next one, if you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want. And with that, I'll see you later. Bye.